Hey YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to answer a question that I get very often. A lot of times people who know me and people who watch my videos will say, you really like those high-end products. And that is true. I do like my luxury makeup products. I had a brain fart. But oftentimes, like I've said before, we see the same palettes over and over again. With that being said, I do like more affordable makeup as well, and so does my pockets. So today I wanted to demonstrate that you can get a high-end look with a less expensive product, the same looks in some cases, and in this case you can. So the two palettes that I want to demonstrate are the ColourPop Perception palette in collab with Makeup Shayla and the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. These palettes are so similar, it's unreal. In the Urban Decay palette, you do get more color options than you do in the Perception palette. But in the Perception palette, I find, and this is just my opinion, I find some of the shades to be a little bit better quality than the Urban Decay. Now, I do love my Urban Decay shadows in some palettes. So I'm going to show you what they look like. So this is, and I do like the fact that this mirror folds all the way back, so it takes up less space when you open it up. So this is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Okay, this palette retails for, I believe, $49. And I did check the ColourPop website before I got on camera to see if the Perception palette was still available, and it is. And this palette retails for, right now, under $19. And this is what they look like side by side. You see, you get a couple more shades in the Born to Run palette, but you've got pretty much a lot of the same shades. You get a couple extra shades in the Born to Run palette. And I was gonna say the extra shades that you get are like, you won't miss them, but in some cases it depends on what you like. It really depends on what you like. And for me, it depends on my mood. I like both of these palettes. I'm not mad that I have both of these palettes in my collection. I haven't thought to declutter one or the other because the formulas are different. Like I said, in the ColourPop palette, some of the shades I think perform better, but there are shades in the Born to Run palette that are not in here that I do appreciate. So I have two sets of brushes. I have 4 brushes for each eye, which is a little bit excessive. I'm not gonna contaminate the brushes and dipping in the same palettes. I do have 2 of these Wet n Wild crease brushes, which I love. I have a Sigma E40, and this is a BH Cosmetics brush. I think it's number 7, and it's very similar to, it looks almost identical to the Sigma E40, and I like them both the same. Also, I have a Sigma E25 brush, which is very similar to this Coastal Scents brush 250. They're very identical. The Coastal Scents is a little bit more, you know, fanned out, but they pretty much look the same. And then I took out from my lids 2 Delium Tools brushes. They're both, no, this one says concealer and this one says lip. If I come across a smaller brush during doing this, I might swap one out, but they both do the same thing. This one is just a little bit longer. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into, on the ColourPop side, I'm gonna go into Culture, which is this shade right here. It's just a neutral brown. And on the Urban Decay side, I'm going to go into the shade Riff, which is a neutral. So I'm going to go into my right eye first, and I'm going to use the Sigma brush on the Urban Decay side. So right side, higher end, left side, low end. And what prompted me to do this video is that I really enjoy videos like this, but I don't see them a lot these days. I guess people got tired of doing them, or they felt like people didn't like them. But for me, I want to create content that I enjoy watching.
We going into culture on the opposite side. Okay, it's not often that I like to splurge on the higher end product that I have my eye on, or
I want to spend my money on a particular product. Like for instance, for me, I just can't justify buying high-end mascaras. But for some people, that's their thing, but not for me. So I'm gonna focus on the Urban Decay side first, and then I'm gonna go into, no, we're gonna continue. So I'm just buffing out Riff in the crease, building it up, and then I'll go to the other side and build up Culture. I do have a little bit of Laura Mercier under my eye. I feel like I might need to put a little bit more. So I just put that powder down as a blanket to catch any fallout, because you sweep powder away with powder. So I'm going into that Culture shade, and I'm gonna buff that over here on our left side. I'm gonna go into the shade, let me see, Punk. They're different. Punk looks a little bit more reddy. I'm gonna go into Thick on the ColourPop side, and I'm gonna go into the shade Baja on the Urban Decay side. And the Punk on this side, no, Thick on this side looks like this. It's that orange shade. And then on the Urban Decay side, the shade is Baja, which is this orange shade, which Baja looks to be a little bit brighter, but you probably can't tell on eyes. I've never worn them side by side, but I've worn them both, you know, separately. So we're gonna see, and we're just gonna try to stay in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing. Clean brush. I'm going into the ColourPop palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade Thick. Again, Thick is this orange shade. It's not as deep as the first one we put on the other eye, but we're gonna try to just see if we could get the same look. And the pigmentation on both of these, and I am a swirler, so I had to put that powder down. The pigmentation on both of these are really, really good. The Urban Decay palette, it is a standalone palette. It is a beginner-friendly palette, I think. Let me tap first and then blend, because I loaded my brush up. And so is the ColourPop palette. I think ColourPop makes some bomb, affordable products. That side, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap into just a tiny bit of Revenge, because Thick is more, it's not as rich as Baja. So Revenge is this shade right here. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna like tap once in there to get that same effect. Let me use this Wet n Wild brush, and I have two of these, one for each side. And on the ColourPop side, I'm gonna go into the shade Played Out, which is a reddy brown. And on the Urban Decay side, I'm gonna go into the shade Punk, which is a reddy brown as well. Sorry. The Played Out seems a tiny bit cooler tone than Punk. But like I said, most of the time on the eyes, you will not be able to tell. I'm gonna go into Punk first. Here's what it looks like on the brush, and I'm gonna take that and tap it on the outer corner of the eye. I'm gonna place it, and then after I place it, I'm gonna start to, let me see that fallout. Fallout does not bother me, but I'm mentioning it because I know fallout is the devil to a lot of people. And the same thing, I'm just gonna tap that first. I'm gonna tap it, and once I get it down, like the most of the pigmentation where I want it to be, then I start to wiggle my brush. I'm going to take a tiny bit of this high voltage eye primer, and you can use any eye primer to do this step. You don't even have to. I have hooded eyes and my eyeshadow tends to transfer, so a lot of times I like to put a base on the lid just to give the shadow a little something to stick to. So let me see. I'm going to swatch Diva from the Perception palette. That is way more orange than it looks in the pan. This is Diva, which is the orangey gold, and I'm gonna swatch Stranded to see how similar that is. Nope, that's not the one. Stranded is way lighter. So let me go into Ignite and see if it's a closer match. Oh, I think we got to do. And there is Ignite next to Diva. So this is Ignite and this is Diva. So I'm gonna go into Diva. So we're using Diva and Ignite. I'm gonna go into Diva and I'm gonna put that on the ColourPop side. And I'm not gonna wet either of these shadows because you just don't need it. And I'm gonna go into that shade Ignite. So we wound up choosing Ignite, which is this shade right here, because it is the most, the closest.
Oh, look how low my brush up, y'all. Like I said, the Ignite to me is a lot smoother than the ColourPop shadow.
Just to prep them for lashes, I'm going to use my Point Perk from Hourglass and just put a very, very thin layer, because I noticed that, like, when I used to wear individual lashes all the time, I was always told, and I learned, that you don't want to put mascara on your lashes before you put individuals on, because you want them to be clean. But then when everything turned into strip lash, it was like, okay, you put mascara on to coat your lashes before you put lashes on. I want to put a pop of color on my waterline, so I'm going to take this Maybelline Lasting Drawing Pencil in the shade Purple, I believe it is. It looks like this, and I do this when I just want, you know, a regular simple look, just to have a nice little pop.
Here's what my lash looks like. I use Star Glue, for those of you who don't know. I get my glue from Amazon. I love Star Glue because, for one, it's easy to clean off my lashes. 2, it dries pretty quickly. And 3, it does not come off until I take it off. So I never have the issue like I used to have with Duo Lash Glue, where sometimes my ends are lifting up. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna blow on this because this is my lash. If it's your lash, blow on it, do you, boo. If you putting lashes on somebody else, before I blew on it, I would ask them, is it okay if I blow on your lash?
So I'm just gonna blow. I put a very, very thin layer of glue. I don't put a lot. So once it's tacky enough, you wanna lay it on top of your lash. And I kind of hold it for a second. And then you want to attach the ends. And if you feel like I need to blink, get yourself together and then go back in, grab that end, and just place it as close to your lash line as you can get it. And there you go. People ask me all the time, how? And how do you do that in the morning? Just like that. You see how that was real time. I'm not gonna edit that down because it's not necessary. It took me a second to put that lash on. This is a drugstore gloss. Whether or not it's still available, I don't know. But this is the Alyssa Ashley and e.l.f. collab, and e.l.f. products are so cheap. Their glosses are probably $2 or $3. So I wanted to get this video out there. Like I said, I want to make videos that I enjoy watching, as well as some videos that will be informative for newbies in the makeup world, people who are not makeup collector enthusiasts, artists, junkies, people who just want tips and tricks on everyday makeup and wonder, can I get the same look from a higher end makeup that I can from a lower end makeup? And as you can see, in some cases, yeah, you can. You don't always have to splurge. So we're gonna recap. We used the Urban Decay Born to Run and the Makeup Shayla Perception palette. Is one better than the other? This one has more colors. The shades, the shimmer shades are a little bit smoother, but this palette is bomb too. And like I said, this palette is less than $19 on the ColourPop website. So $49, $19. It's up to you. But that's it for this video, and the rest of my face is also affordable. We have CoverGirl foundation, Sephora brand blush, Maybelline highlight, e.l.f. lip gloss, Maybelline eyeliner, $2 lashes. Yes, you can beat your face at a discount. So that's it for this video. If you like videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see specific palettes, you know, compared side by side on the face, on the eyes, and not just looking at the palette, let me know. I'm willing to do whatever it is you guys want to see, because I want to bring you content that interests you. Like I said, I did this because these are the type of videos that I like to watch, but I'm here not just for myself, I'm here for you guys too. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, this channel, with loved ones or people who are interested in makeup and beauty and fashion and all things building women up. And there you have it. So until next time, guys, love ya, smooches, bye.